This one-year-old baby is so overweight, he made news around the world. But soon, stories like these won't be shocking anymore. In Britain, our kids are also getting fatter. 1 in 4 preschool children in the UK is overweight or obese, and unless the trend changes, our kids could become too fat to toddle.
It's a really serious public health issue. There's probably not been one more important for the last 100 years.
Professor Paul Gately is on a mission to tackle childhood obesity. He's organising Britain's first weight loss camp for under 5s. In just 3 days, he'll teach parents how to get their children fit and healthy. But putting those lessons into practice won't be easy.
If you don't want the salad, don't eat the salad. Stop.
8 out of 10 obese children will become obese adults. So this is their big chance.
The earlier we can nip this in the bud, the more successful we're going to be at tackling childhood obesity.
He'll be helping children like Tegan, who at over 6 stone weighs twice what she should.
She's constantly putting weight on all the time. She has been since she was about 8 months old.
They're going to be too small, sweetheart.
I'll pick other size.
So we need a nice stretchy size.
Although only 5, Tegan now needs clothes designed for a 12-year-old.
It's either too long or it's not wide enough on the hips. So it's very difficult to get clothes for Tegan.
Not stretchy enough.
And carrying so much weight makes exercise difficult.
She's not very active at all. She gets too tired too quickly. She'd maybe run from the front door to the end of the garden and back.
All right.
And she'd be exhausted.
You puffed out? Oh, babe.
I feel quite sad when she needs a kiss and cuddle because I can't lift her up like I would like to.
You're right.
According to the doctor, it's her metabolism. I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that at all.
For the last 8 years, Professor Paul Gately and his team from Leeds Metropolitan University have been running weight loss camps for obese teenagers.
Britain is facing an epidemic, which isn't too strong a statement, given 4.5 million children in the UK are overweight or obese. But still, there's absolutely no mainstream services for weight loss in children.
The government realises there's a crisis and has announced plans for a multi-million-pound campaign, but overweight children need help now.
We know that obesity predicts heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Children get taunted, teased and bullied. That has then a profound impact on their self-esteem, on levels of anxiety, on depression and a whole range of factors like that.
Paul's now turning his attention to younger children with a brand new project. 4 families have signed up for the Under 5s Fat Camp, but before they all get together, Paul wants to meet them in their own homes.
Hello there, guys. Hello. Tegan, I assume, and Paul.
And Tegan's family are his first call.
Very helpful, aren't you? Having a bit of lunch, are we?
Yeah, we're going to have some lentil soup and bread.
Cool. OK.
Just an easy lunch.
Right.
For now, Paul just wants to observe the problems facing Mum Sonia so he can work out where she's going wrong.
No, no more. Got enough. Just one. Just one. You have enough. That's enough. You've had 4 slices of that now. This would be a standard thing for Tegan. Because that's lying there, she will eat that until it's finished.
So, is that true for all meal times?
Most meal times, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Next, Paul studies the family's shopping habits.
Who has that?
Tegan I would give her that.
Right.
If she felt that she was a wee bit pickyish before dinner. Cold meat would be for a sandwich at bedtime.
At bedtime?
Yeah, if she was feeling a bit, I don't want cereal or the usual.
Right. I'm not here to blame her. I mean, she's just not recognising where she's slipping up in terms of managing Tegan's diet over the course of a day. And I think that's going to be the key to this, is going to be helping her understand where those little extra calories are coming from that are causing Tegan's weight gain, or indeed the weight that she's at now.
Next stop is London to meet 4-year-old Grace.
Hello. You must be great.
She's nearly 5 stone, and like many obese children, her parents are also overweight. And typically, they think Grace's weight gain is inevitable.
She can't do nothing about it. She's one of these people who's going to be exactly like me. I look at a cream cake and I've put a couple of pounds on before I've decided to eat it.
Blaming our genes for our size is common, but according to Paul, it's a myth. His studies show that obesity is almost always a result of diet and lifestyle.
So is this a normal lunch, Dawn?
Yeah, they would normally have a sandwich or a roll or something like that. She might have half a sausage roll as well.
I won a game of cards.
Did you?
Dad Tony chooses to eat in another room, leaving Dawn to take responsibility for the children at mealtimes. Paul wants to know why.
I have sat out there a few times, but the minute they start arguing, I'll get up and come in here. So basically, that's the norm.
And are you interested in changing?
I would be, yes, yeah. Not so much for me, but just for the sake of my children, really.
Hello there. Are you Eden?
Paul's third family live in Hertfordshire. He's meeting 5-year-old Eden and her baby brother Tal.
Is that nice, Tal? I like that.
No, you eat your own, please. Eat your own. You're a big girl. I'm sure you can do it yourself. What, darling?
I want green.
You don't want green. You want the pink one. Well, there's going to be an argument, you know.
Their parents, Janine and Rami, are at odds over what the children should be eating.
Get what you're given. If you're not happy about it.
Mum tries to be strict, but Dad usually gives in to their demands for chocolate and sweets.
Okay, fabulous. Okay.
And Eden, because of her personality, she'll wear you down and she'll grate.
She will schmooze me and she will go around me and all that, and I love this. I love it, so I can't tell her no.
With Tal, you know, I'm very happy to give him extra portions, but really, I shouldn't be giving him any more food. But I do enjoy to see him, you know, clean his plate.
Mommy's food is lovely, yeah?
Would you define them as normal weight, overweight, or obese?
I don't know, I think they're all right. I don't know, what do you think?
I would say that they're probably a little bit overweight.
Right. I've spent some time with each of these families, and the thing that they have in common is they don't realise the true extent of the problem that they're facing.
With all the homework done, Paul and the team get ready for the weekend camp. This house in London is the venue for the crash course that could change these families' bad habits for good.
Is there toys for me, Mum?
There'll be no miracle cures or revolutionary treatments on offer, just a simple message about healthy diets and exercise.
Really excited about this weekend with the younger children because they've not really developed or ingrained these behaviours, so we can sort of break them down, work with their parents and be successful in terms of changing their lifestyles for the future.
The group is joined by one last family who are desperate to take part.
Just want them to be like every other kid who can run about properly and without being out of breath all the time and finding everything a struggle.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. You're all here for lots of reasons, and I think the most important reason you're here is because you care about your kids.
Professor Paul Gately's in charge.
We've got 2 new potatoes and some mash.
He doesn't promote fad diets or gimmicks, just common sense advice about eating less and exercising more.
If they're thirsty, this will do fine.
He's hoping these parents will take it on board and help their children get to a normal weight.
Really, this whole programme is about you learning, but kids learn through having fun. If you're not having fun, we're not doing the right thing.
Throughout the weekend, he'll lay down some golden rules. The first is get active. So the course begins with a treasure hunt.
The good thing about working with younger children is that we can make it much more game-focused. But underpinning those games, there's lots of learning, lesson and education, and the kids won't even realise that they're learning.
Activity leads to appetite. But the second rule is about limiting the amount of food kids eat.
So these guys, the sort of, the 5-year-olds need about 1,200 calories a day. If they eat more calories than what their body uses up, they will gain weight. It's as simple as that.
Is it the fat I'm looking out for, or is it the calories, or both?
That is a really good question, and ultimately it's about the calories.
Hayley's here with her 3 children and their father Tim. At age 7, Shane weighs 9.5 stone. He sees an obesity specialist every 6 months, but he's still gaining weight. And now Hayley and Tim are concerned about their younger son.
I first noticed that Lewis was putting on weight about a year ago. I was trying to fool myself, I think, and thinking that he wasn't, but he was.
Just want to try and catch it, like with Lewis, before it sort of gets to the stage that Shane's at.
I just feel sorry for him, and I do blame myself because I think a lot of the time it is what I've been feeding him.
Hello.
As part of the course, Shane and Lewis's height and weight are measured to work out their body mass index, or BMI.
Excellent, good boy. Thank you.
This will show whether they're in the normal weight, overweight or obese range. It also takes into account their age, and to be in the normal weight range, 4-year-old Lewis should have a BMI of under 17.
To be overweight, it'd be 17 to 19, and for obese, it would be 19 or above. And Lewis's BMI is 23.6.
So he's obese.
So he's quite well into the obese range.
There we go, your turn. Good boy, thank you very much.
Shane's is 36.9. If an adult had that BMI, the chances of diabetes, heart disease, of cancer, of all those other things, isn't even a debate.
I'm just lost for words with it.
All I want to do is give them what every other kid can have. But unfortunately, my kids are different. They must, I don't know if it's slow metabolism, I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but they obviously can't burn things off as quick as other kids can.
It's got nothing to do with slow metabolism. It's got nothing to do with anything other than the amount of food they get and the amount of activity they're doing. So this is totally within your control.
Get out the road now! Right, that's it now.
The trouble is, Hayley's lost control of her children's behaviour, and their home can be like a battleground.
Don't start, Shane. Right, you're going to bed now.
The behaviour thing is really, really important. Particularly you, Hayley. You will threaten, and they keep going and you don't do anything.
I know.
What you can't do is throw out an idle threat. I work with lots and lots of overweight obese kids, and Shane's behaviour is not uncommon, but it's horrendous.
Is it a problem then? Is it to do with being overweight? Does something trigger?
I'll tell you what triggers that behaviour is how they get treated every single day. He gets teased and bullied, and that is shaping his behaviour. That's why he fights. That's why he's in such a desperate situation to know what to do. You okay? It's going to be painful what they're going to hear, but we need to go through that. And then we move on to stage 2, which is to give them the skills and strategies so they can solve their problem.
One of these strategies is to get out and exercise as a family, as much as possible.
The team that can collect the most balls. If you look, the main aim is really to get the families and the kids to work together, so they're working as a team. And the activity and the energy that they're using up, they're not even thinking about. That's what family activity is all about. It doesn't need to be going to the gym or structured. This is just play. 215 and 315 for the world record.
A day out in the park with both Mum and Dad is a novelty for 4-year-old Grace. During Paul's home visit, he saw how Tony doesn't get involved in family life, which goes against the next golden rule.
And this is when spending the day with you, I got the end of the day and I thought, I know what the issue is, that you two don't work as a team.
No, we probably don't.
You don't, you just...
You know, like, I run everything in the house. I've got all of that weight on my shoulders, but I just deal with it.
I actually don't think you realise how important you are to this. You're absolutely critical to this.
Yeah. Should change. I know I don't do any family activities, and that's what this weekend's teaching me. I've got to take a bigger role in Grace's life. The way she eats, the things she does. I've just got to be around her a lot more. He's made us both look at it in a different light. I'm just more upset that it's taken an outsider to realise the effect we're having on our children, the way we're bringing them up.
Are you drunk?
We've got lean minced meat, we've got red peppers, onions, and tomato puree and a bit of egg just to bind it all together. So you've got no extra fat in there at all.
Tony's making a new start already by getting stuck into a cookery class.
When we're talking about portion sizes, an easy sort of rule to use is if it fits in the palm of your hand, so that would be a portion for you.
Right.
Obviously that wouldn't be for a 5-year-old child, that would be far too big. So if you...
Nutritionist Laura Birch leads the session on healthy dinners and correct portions.
So what we've got on the plate here, this would be sort of the correct portion size for a child.
I would probably have given the kids a bit of a bigger burger and some more of the chips.
Yummy. Where's that go?
And the children are learning about balanced diets too.
What are peas, Lewis? Fruit and veg. Yeah, good boy. Straight away.
The message is getting through by playing games.
Open mouth.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice, isn't it? Do you know what it is?
Wait.
No. Kiwi.
It is really important to try and get in your 5 fruit and veg every day.
That's it, right the way through.
And ideally, you actually should be aiming for sort of 10 portions a day.
Look at it.
Nice one. Do you like that one? Oh, you like that one. Which one of these do you think it was? That's it. Excellent. Well done. Yep, lychee. Well done.
Like other parents here, Sonia says she can't understand what's causing her daughter's obesity. But with Tegan twice as heavy as she should be, her BMI is literally off the scale at 27.2.
In terms of trying to interpret that, she is really, really at the far end of the spectrum.
I knew it was high, but I didn't think it was that high. That's quite scary.
In real simple terms, you overestimate how much food she needs and you underestimate her ability to be active.
Tegan, come get some dinner,
You
sweetheart.
can see that there's 4 meals around the table. We've got a 14-year-old boy, an 11-year-old girl, an adult female and a 5-year-old. Now, they're getting the right portions and she's getting the wrong portion because she's getting far too much.
I feel awful, knowing that it's basically my fault. But I'm able for anything when it comes to doing something about Tegan's weight and helping her and stopping her from having all these illnesses that she could have when she's 25, 30 years old.
Have you got anything to ask me in terms of, I know you mentioned before you got concerns about talking to Tegan about this?
As you know, Tegan, she's bullied at school and every day she's been told that she's fat.
He did actually bully me yesterday.
Did they? What did they say? Can you remember?
I was fine.
You're not though, are you? I tell her she's not fat to try and boost her confidence a bit. But obviously it's the wrong thing to do. How would I go about telling her? Because I've told her so often that she's not, and I'm supposed to be the one that she trusts.
But I don't see it as a sit down, Tegan, you're fat, or Tegan, you're obese. I see it as, from this point, we are going to change. And that's why you have to talk to Tegan about this.
After the chat with Paula, I actually feel better knowing exactly where I was going wrong, the things that I do need to change. The one thing that's going to be a struggle is to tell Tegan how she is and what the problem is with her.
Wow, look at this. Wow. Well done.
It's Sunday and the children have made lunch for their parents.
Well done.
Time for Paul to lay down another of his golden rules.
OK,
Discipline at the table.
one of the most challenging times is at meal times. You are in charge of what they eat. You are in charge of their activity levels. And what you've got to do is overcome the challenges that they put forward. Because if you don't overcome the challenge that they put forward, once they've finished something, they've had an appropriate sized portion and they're saying, I want some more, and they know mum or dad are not going to say no, they're going to keep saying, I want some more, I want some more, I want some more, and they'll grind you down. And the point is parents saying no is one of the most important tools to help your kids live a healthy lifestyle.
Eden's misbehaving because she wants another pizza.
Pardon? But I want you to sit down at the table first.
A chance for Paul to show how to handle her behaviour.
Right, well then, your other choice is to go and sit in the lounge.
Blankets for sleep.
Eden? You've got 2 choices.
Mum stays strong. But it's all too much for Dad.
Mummy, don't. Leave it.
What's happened with this? Do you want to make another one?
Janine and Rami don't think their children have much of a weight problem, but Paul disagrees.
A child that has a BMI over 19.1, they would be in the obese category. And Eden's BMI is 19.6.
Oh.
Which would put her in the obese category. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not surprised. You're surprised.
Yeah.
I'm actually not surprised.
I don't know. I mean, she's still young. She's still 5 years old, so I'm not worried about it right now.
Nice and slowly bring it down so we don't bash him on the head.
The BMI score for Eden's younger brother Tal is also a cause for concern.
In the normal weight category would be below 18 and the obese would be 20 plus, and Tal is 20.6. If I were to say 80% of obese children carry on being obese, then the risks are already there.
We have to make changes, and it has hit home. Because I was here yesterday and I felt embarrassed to be here. My children aren't that big, you don't think. But, it's brought it home, and we have to do something about it.
Because our society is getting fatter year on year, we don't recognise what normal weight is.
And I don't think I've convinced Rami that it's a problem, but it has been slightly a wake-up call for Janine, and I think Janine will take control of that, whether Rami chooses to be involved or not.
As the weekend draws to a close, the children have one last play. And the parents get a final pep talk.
I want you to take control of this. This isn't me taking control of your home environment. This is you taking control of your home environment.
Each family is given a tailor-made manual to take home. But before they leave, Paul's invited some visitors. Jo Clark spent years trying to get medical help for her daughter Molly, who 12 months ago was severely obese. Then finally, she took her to see a new doctor.
I used to always spell it out, FAT. Can you help me because my child has FAT? This doctor actually said, why are you spelling out the word fat? You're fat, Molly. You know you're fat. You know she's fat. Why are you spelling it? And she was crying, I'm not fat, you're horrible. I was like, how dare he? He went on and said, you do need help. But actually, yes, you do. She's 6 and a bit stone. She's 5 years old. It's disgusting. You've made her what she is. But actually, since we've been truthful with her and said to her, you are different, you are bigger, you are eating all the wrong foods, you need help, from that point, that's where it got better, because we worked together as a team.
Last year, Molly's family changed their lifestyle, going on a calorie-controlled diet and becoming more active. Molly lost a stone and is now on track to reach normal weight within 6 months.
So Molly, you've been fantastic as well. Tell us about what it's been like.
When my mum told me when I was had to go on a diet, I said I hate you. But now I love my mummy because I can run better and go on my bike and balance.
That's right.
Fantastic. Well done.
After the emotion of the course, it's now down to the parents to put what they've learnt into practice.
I feel like we've learnt a hell of a lot this weekend from Paul.
I think we'll just go home and start a brand new day tomorrow, and that could be it for the rest of our lives, hopefully.
See if I can beat you.
No, don't run.
I'm really nervous about it, but I'm excited in the same token because at the end of it, as Paul said, the rewards are huge.
It's just been unbelievable. We've learnt more this weekend than we have in the last 7 years of back and forwards to the hospital. But we're getting there now.
We've been waiting for so many years to just get an answer, and this to me has been my answer.
I'm really pleased with how this weekend's gone. What we can see is families bonding with each other and sharing their experiences. So they actually don't feel isolated, they feel part of this sort of unit.
In 6 weeks' time, Paul will measure the children again to see if the new lifestyle's working.
Tegan!
In Scotland, Tegan and Sonia are settling in back home with new rules and a new diet plan.
I'm going to switch on to pack lunches for Tegan, and that way I can count exactly how many calories she's having.
But there's a lot to learn.
I don't know whether to give her 1/2 of a sandwich or 2. Decisions. I'll give her 2 because it's wholemeal bread and it's better for her than anything else.
5-year-old Tegan's severely obese. Her body mass index is more than double what it should be.
I see a lot of things differently now that Paul has made me aware of what's going on and what Tegan's BMI is. It's scared me. It's really scared me in the sense that I just lost control somewhere along the line. Just doing things for an easy life, I think, really.
But introducing the new regime's proving difficult. Tegan's now faced with a potato, a quarter of the size she used to get.
Stop! If you don't want the salad, don't eat the salad. Stop. Right, I'm taking it away from you. You can have your cry, I'm ignoring you now. You don't have to eat the salad.
5 minutes later, and Tegan's back.
Want different dinner. Decent dinner.
That's terrible behaviour, Tegan. I am absolutely stressed to the maximum with that meal time. Tegan's just totally exhausted me. I'm crying, my head's sore.
No.
Yep. I'm not talking to you now, I've had enough of you. Couldn't enjoy my food because she was screaming because she had a small portion. She wasn't happy with the portion at all. You go and eat the potato that you've got there, and once you've had that you can eat your yoghurt.
Don't like the yogurt.
Well, you can have a piece of fruit then instead.
Don't like pieces of
Right, well, I
fruit.
can't obviously satisfy you, Tegan. Go and eat the potato or don't have anything at all. I can't compromise with you. It's fine. Oh, I'm not listening to this anymore. Go and eat your potatoes because you want your own way. I'm going out the room because I've had enough.
To win Tegan's cooperation, Paul's told Sonia to explain to her exactly why she's changing the family's diet and lifestyle.
I don't know how I feel about telling her. I think it's another stepping stone to her getting better and dealing with the issue.
Right, remember we went away for a weekend? Well, you know why we did that? Is because you're a little bit overweight, Tegan. And it's not anything to worry about, but we need to fix that for you, okay? So that you can do more activities, you can be so much happier, but we can fix it. Yes, we can, you and me together, we can fix it and you'll be a nice, healthy wee girl, much healthier. It's going to make you a lot happier. And it's not going to make Mum sad anymore. Come on, because you're making me upset too. Come on.
Overweight.
Grab a spade box. Right, where do we start?
Sonia's also been told to encourage Tegan to play outdoors more. But first, she needs a space.
We were busy and about doing the garden today in the hope that we can get Tegan's trampoline up so that she can be more active.
I'm a lot happier in myself because I know Tegan's aware of what's going on. I'm not faffing about round about her anymore, so yeah, I think we're all quite happy.
Yay! Oh, so pleased with this. I'm so delighted. What an achievement. Girl power. Hey!
Gradually, the new regime starts to show results.
Get off my pizza, you!
I feel in absolute control. I feel really good, very positive about everything. I think we're going to do really well. Yeah.
Get off! Eat it all!
Happy birthday to you.
In East London, it's Grace's 5th birthday party. Her parents are also overweight, so the whole family's trying to work together to get healthy.
We've done a healthier selection. We've done homemade soup, jacket potatoes with fillings. There's plenty of salad, fruit, you know, cut up vegetables all on the table. Everyone's enjoying themselves. No one's missed out on all the sweets, biscuits and everything else that's normally at a party.
Paul's arrived to see how they're coping with the changes.
Was it almost a sort of light switch coming on?
It was, yeah. If I hadn't have heard it from yourself that weekend, we would have carried on just eating the way we do. It's a big change. I wanted a bag of crisps the other day, but there wasn't any, so I had an apple instead. So.
Meal times have changed too. Dad Tony used to eat alone in the living room, but now he has dinner with his family.
Him sitting there has been more of a support, and usually they would have been arguing and that, but I don't know, their behaviour's changed a little bit.
Do you like him sat here or prefer him sat in the front?
In the front room because he's quiet.
Oh.
I'm joking at him.
There's a lot less shouting and arguing going on. I'm actually starting to feel part of a family again.
You can see that as a family, they're working really well together. So even at the tough times, one can support the other and keep Grace on the right path.
Ready? On my hand. Ready? Steady. Yeah!
Down the road in Barking, Hayley's taking her 3 children swimming. This is their first time in the water.
They're doing well. They are, all of them. Look, that's it. All you've got to do is let go of the side.
7-year-old Shane's morbidly obese, weighing 9.5 stone.
You're sitting on my lap. We ain't done that in a long time, have we?
Hayley decided to take action when she noticed that 4-year-old Lewis was going the same way.
It was excellent. They really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too, so it's a good family thing anyway. I'll be doing it every week, 100%. It's brilliant.
But at home, Hayley suffered a setback. The children's father had to go away for work, leaving her alone.
Yeah, I'm finding it quite difficult at the moment. I am. I think he's there. Oh, good boy. I find the behaviour quite hard to control sometimes, but I'm just trying to rise above it and obviously just... Right, stop smacking, please. No, stop it. Louise, don't wind her up, please. That's not nice. Taylor. Don't be rude. Do you want to... Right, that's it. Now you go to your bedroom.
Paul's come to give Hayley a hand.
I have found it hard, I'm not going to lie, but I think they're finding it hard sometimes as well to understand that there is boundaries and that they can't go over them boundaries. Tantrums, I don't care.
Life's already tough, so she doesn't want to add to the difficulties and challenges of their life, so adding these really strict boundaries is something that Hayley's not done.
Because you're getting your uniform on!
And this sort of tough love approach is going to be critical in terms of trying to help her be successful, and that's what I want to work on.
I'm going to get a big smack in a minute, right?
His opportunity comes at dinner time. Shane's always refused to sit at the table for meals, opting for the sofa instead. And that's got to change.
You look a bit nervous. What are you nervous about?
No, Shane, I know what he's going to create now.
OK, so the key thing is not to go in there without a plan. So what's the plan?
I'm just going in and I'm going to put his dinner on the table.
Right. And
if he wants his dinner, he eats it at the table.
he
If
has to
not,
sit at the table, and that's it. Yeah, make it very clear. If he doesn't want to sit at the table, he doesn't eat. That's his choice.
my dinner. Taylor's dinner. Oh, that is a good boy. Right, let me just get the knife and forks.
Sit on the seat.
No, you're not. Come on.
Yeah.
Right, you have no dinner then.
I want to sit on the seat.
Sit. We're all going to eat now then, Shane?
Yeah,
Shane,
this
sit
way.
down. Yeah, we listen to Paul.
Well,
then you don't have no dinner.
Then we don't.
know the new rule.
Well, then, if you know the new rule, you should be sat down.
Wait, no. No, we all eat at the table together. You're no different to anyone else.
Just leave him now.
Right.
It's Mummy eating at the table.
Is it nice, Lewis?
Mummy, it's Mummy eating at the table.
How is it, Taylor?
That's good.
Is it nice? Good, well done. Are you going to come and join us? Good boy. Well done.
Paul believes mealtime should be a social event, and by sitting at the table together, parents can keep an eye on exactly what and how much the children have eaten.
Well done, very well done.
Good boy.
It's a lovely Mummy.
It is nice.
Do you like it? Mum's done well, hasn't she?
Can you not use your hands though, please? Can you use your fork, please? Best
Come
dinner
on, this
that I
is
made.
good, this. The kids have been doing really well, and I can see the change in them already. And this is a reward for them. You know, come in here, let's have fun together and do something that's good for everybody. Oh, good one. Oh, we've got a professional.
I just needed that bit of encouragement, I think, where I've been doing it on my own. I suppose, like, with Shane tonight, normally I suppose I would have let him sit there on the settee and have his dinner, but it only took about 5 minutes, and he done it, so now I know that I will do that every night, and he will sit on that table every night.
Stretch out your legs and lean back.
5-year-old Eden and baby brother Tal were just in the obese range.
I mean, I appreciate, you know, there's 1 in 4 families like myself who don't particularly look obese but could get that way. And I've got to make the changes now, which is fine, because if it was going to happen, then maybe I'm doing it sooner rather than later.
I'm going to tickle you.
Mum Janine's been trying to stick to Paul's advice.
Every mother likes to see their child eat. But now, you know, I look at portion size. You know, he doesn't have to have the 4 squares of the sandwich. And I'll replace the other square with some carrots and cucumber. Having lots of salads and fresh fruit around has helped a lot.
But Rami still isn't convinced about the new regime, and it's leading to friction between the couple.
I don't think I've become any stricter than I was before, or less.
You are. You're making it so difficult for Eden, Janine, and that's...
No, because...
Yes.
For the past 2 weeks, Rami's been undermining Janine's efforts to get the children to eat more healthily.
He gives me chocolate coins, chocolate everything, donuts with sugar on the top and jam in the middle.
Do you tell your mummy?
No.
Why not?
Because she'll shout at me, yeah.
I'm on a mission saying no, 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 and then he'll come home early and he's giving them little treats, and I've already said no, and that's why it's so easy actually when he's not around and I'm in control of the situation.
I understand, but they're still kids. Maybe when they grow up, they will look after themselves, they'll lose weight.
Hello, everyone. Good.
Hello.
You all right?
I'm fine,
Good to see you.
Hi,
mate.
Today, they're at Leeds Metropolitan University for their 6-week weigh-in with Professor Paul Gately.
When I measure them today, I'm going to look at their height and weight, and what I'm expecting to see is not huge weight losses, but that they're growing out of their weight. That's the key to successful weight loss in children.
Hayley and Tim have travelled from London with their 2 sons, Shane and Lewis.
I know I've done well because I've really tried. I've stuck to everything I meant to. But obviously, today's the day when they're getting weighed, and it's a little bit scary, actually.
6 weeks ago, Shane weighed 9.5 stone. His body mass index was more than double what it should be.
Step on there for me. Can't see a smile. There we go. OK, Tim, Hayley, this is what's called a BMI chart. That's where he started, at a BMI of 36.4. His BMI has now moved down to 32.4.
Excellent.
So, you know, that is huge progress.
he's dropped 7 centimetres from his waist.
That's excellent.
Which is fantastic.
Brilliant.
Now the waist is important because that's where the health issues are caused, in terms of diabetes and heart disease. Of
course.
Younger brother Lewis had also been piling on the pounds, but it's more good news. He's lost nearly half a stone and 3 BMI points.
That is a big drop.
Brilliant.
Okay, so you've done really, really well. Over the next 6 to 12 months, if we can keep the progress that you've made up now, Lewis should be getting into the normal weight range.
That was unbelievable because I didn't actually think that they'd lost that much, so yeah.
Brilliant.
I'll let you get a word in.
Grace is up next.
Grace's initial BMI was 24.2. It's now 22.6. Yep. Happy with that?
Yes. I mean, judging on how much she's lost in those weeks, I mean, how long would you say? Are we talking a year or?
That's a great way to think. You start to think about months and years, not days and weeks. It's about long-term lifestyle changes. I suspect 6 to 12 months away, you'll be getting Grace toward the normal weight range.
I was quite impressed with the results, but to find out she's lost that much, we must be doing a good job.
Remember to smile? Good girl, that's a brilliant smile. OK, that's...
Janine and Rami haven't been seeing eye to eye about the new diet.
I'm not happy about it, and I want to talk to Paul about it. From the day he came into our house, everything has changed.
He's grown.
The children were both just in the obese range. Tal's BMI has stayed the same, but Eden's lost a few pounds.
She's now in the overweight category, so she's moved down nearly a BMI point and a half, which is quite a big drop, actually.
You're going to carry on with all this?
I'm going to carry on as I have been carrying on, but you have got to work with me. You can't be giving them. You can't be giving them.
I don't like to see kids. I don't like to see kids crying. I'm weak in that point.
The question is, what's more important than being upset when they're being denied things that they want or their future health risks? I cannot answer that question. You're the only person that can answer it for you. It's your daughter.
I'm not changing my opinion. I don't think we should be in this program.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I work very hard at it. I have the courage of my convictions, and I'll carry on. Okay, great.
Right, you go, and then we've got to get 4 of these in a row, right?
Sonia's had a big challenge with 5-year-old Tegan. 6 weeks ago, she had trouble doing any exercise. Now she's more active than she's ever been.
We got a measurement from Tegan. It was 6 stone 2. Right. OK? She's now 5 stone 8.
Yes!
That is an 8 pound change. Well done. The other good thing is she's lost 6 centimetres from her waist. And in terms of like her mobility and all, we've seen it already, you can see her moving around better. She's much more mobile.
I'm ecstatic with that. I'm really happy. Tegan's done so well. We've all done so well.
You gonna give me 5? Way. You guys have done absolutely amazing. The results speak for themselves. The next step is just to keep that moving forward. This isn't a quick fix, this is a whole lifetime change for you and for your families as well. Woo! Well done.
These families got help, but for most of the 4.5 million overweight children in the UK, this sort of opportunity simply doesn't exist.
There's no way on earth I could have done this on my own, and I'm so happy that we managed to find out what to do, and in 6 months' time she's going to be so much fitter, so much healthier, and it's going to be fab. She's going to look magic.